Hey guys, Yuri here. I wanted to just put together a quick video because last night I gave about a 45-minute, 50-minute talk on energizing nutrition at a bit of a mastermind group that we're creating in Toronto. So they brought me in as, you know, let's kind of kick off our first speaker series with talking about health and nutrition, considering it's kind of the beginning of the year. So I thought, yeah, I mean, I'm totally flattered, and I'd love to help out. And I want to share some of the insights that I shared with the attendees during this talk, because some of the stuff I really haven't talked about before, and I wanted to give you a couple pretty cool tips that came out of last night's talk. So obviously a lot of questions came through, and what it really came down to is I'm like, you know what guys, most people know what to eat, right? We know generally how to eat, what to eat, but the problem is that, you know, for whatever reasons, we don't have the strategies or the how-to put those into place. So I wanted to give you a couple tips to help you out that I shared with some of the other people last night. One of the coolest strategies that I've come up with recently is kind of like a game to help you get more fruits and vegetables into your diet. And this is a really cool strategy, very simple thing that you can do. And it's a really, you know, the recommendation for fruits and vegetable intake on a daily basis is about 5 to 10 servings. Most North Americans only get about 1.5 based on recent statistics. So, you know, we're not really where we need to be. So you might be higher, you might be lower, I'm not too sure. But this is a really cool trick that you can use. So what you want to do is you want to get your computer. You could actually even just write this out, draw it out, however you want, whatever works. I use Microsoft Excel, so I'll just get an Excel spreadsheet. And what I do is in the first column, I'll write down all the days of the month, right? So like, you know, Monday, for instance, for the month of February, February 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all the way down to February 28th. So you have the first column with all the days. Then across the top, you have numbers 1 in one column, 2 in the next column, 3 in the next column, 4, and so on and so forth, until you get to about 10 or 15 or whatever number you want to reach. And here's the cool thing. So let's say you start on February 1st, right? Your first row is February 1st. Every time you have a fruit or vegetable during that day, you just check off under the number. So if you have, let's say, an apple in the morning, you check off the column that has 1. And then if you have another fruit or vegetable some other time, you check off the column under 2. So every time you have a fruit or vegetable, you check off that respective column. And what's really cool is that it's a really neat way to track your progress over time. So you can look back over the day and say, hey, you know what, I got an 8 fruits and vegetables today, that's amazing. Or I got 15, or I got 2, or whatever it is. But at the end of the month, even at the end of the week, you get to look back and you're like, wow, you can see all these check marks, and it's really, really cool because it's like, wow, I can actually do this, and I'm actually eating fairly well. So it's kind of like a checklist way of kind of keeping a bit of a food log, although it's not as detailed as keeping a food log. So I really encourage you to, you know, create that in Microsoft Excel, print it off, put it in your fridge, or keep it with you somewhere visible where you can easily access and check it off as you go throughout the day. Very, very simple. Some people ask, well, how do I count? What's a serving count as? Well, it depends. If you have an apple, that's obviously 1 serving. If you have a pomegranate, I would consider that 1. Because when you have smaller fruits, it kind of averages out, right? If you have like 1 tangerine, does that count as 1 serving? Maybe not. Maybe 2 or 3 counts as 1. I'm not even sure. But if you just count each individual time you take in a fruit or vegetable as 1 serving, then it kind of evens out over time to really just kind of give you natural serving sizes. So it's, you know, it's a very, very simple technique, very simple strategy that you can use. Another kind of way of doing this is if you don't want to, you know, necessarily count on a daily basis how many fruits and vegetables you can eat, you know, using this checklist. A very simple strategy, a very effective strategy, again, it's for a long-term approach to healthy eating, is simply making the commitment to do 1 new thing a week. So creating 1 new habit. So let's say for this week, the next 7 days, you're only going to eat 1 more apple. So everything else stays the same, but you commit to saying, hey, I'm going to add 1 more apple into my diet on a daily basis. That's all I'm going to focus on. You master that over the week, then the next week you move on to something else. So you've kind of created that little habit of adding an apple in every single day. Next week you say, okay, my next habit is I'm going to kind of build upon, I already have my apple habit, so that's going to continue going. Now I'm going to build on that and say, let's see if I can eat 1 orange. So I'm going to add 1 orange into my day every single day for the next 7 days. So now we have the apple, then we have the orange on top, then the next thing it could be, hey, I'm going to make a green juice every single day for 1 week. So you can see how, and again, you make up the habits, you make up whatever it is, but you can see how powerful this can be over 52 weeks in a year. Imagine creating 52 new incredible habits that can actually stay and stick. I mean, you know, a lot of us are looking for quick fixes, but really, if you can devote a year or even a couple months to developing these very simple and sustainable habits, think of where you could be in 5 years down the road or 10 years down the road. Think of how good you're going to feel and how good you're going to look. So those are two really simple strategies that I wanted to share with you because I found them to be very helpful for the people that were there last night. Yeah, so that's it. You know, I hope you have a great day, and I will speak to you shortly. Talk to you soon.